Hello everybody out there in the music vinyl community. This is Mike for Soldier 777 here. And this video is going to be called the Double Axe Attack. And what I mean by double axe attack is that, as you may know, in in mainstream hard rock and heavy metal, there are many bands who've known to have two guitar players. Either the lead singer plays guitar and another person plays guitar, or you have the lead singer on vocals and two other guitar players. Of course, many prominent bands in hard rock and heavy metal we're very familiar with are Def Leppard, Iron Maiden, Kiss, and Accept. And these bands are father many that have many guitar players. What I want to focus on this evening tonight, is Christian hard rock and metal bands that have two guitar players. Either both trading out between lead and rhythm, or one playing rhythm and one playing lead. Oh, another band I forgot to mention was the two other bands I forgot to mention was Megadeth and Metallica. So can't forget those bands as well. So let's get to my my collection, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So first off, we have X Sinner, and this is a Peace Treaty album. And as you may know, this is the first album that Rex Scott joined the band. And of course, you got lead guitar player Greg Bishop. Here's the back of it here. And so Rex Scott will play rhythm guitar, mostly rhythm, and of course Greg Bishop plays all the rhythm and lead parts, or some of the rhythm and all lead parts. There you have it. X Center Peace Ready, came out in 1981 on the Pachyderm Word label. There you have it. Another band that's sort of a younger band, but they're also very good, is Theocracy. This is one that's called As the World Bleeds. I forgot to title it for a second. This one came in 2011. So what happens is that when the band started out, Matt Smith, I think his name is one-man band in around 2002, 2003. And then he got one of his friends or somebody new play guitar. And then on this album, that's when they were more of a fuller band. They had an additional guitar player to the band. And that's when, at this point onwards, is when they had two guitar players. I think to this day they got two guitar players. That's Theocracy, As the World Bleeds. Came out in 2011. Great album. Hope you guys will check it out. All right, let's get to the records. And these are going to be all more or less classic bands, as far as I know. So let's get to it. So here we have the Rez Band, Between Heaven and Hell. That's one of my favorite Rez albums. This is the recent Girder Music reissue. Here's a back of here, which is a classic photo, which I love. And it's on a sort of brown vinyl. And, I mean, Rez is one of the first bands I enjoyed listening to, and my vinyl stopped. 1 second. 1 second. Oh, my. Give me 1 second. Here we go. Here we go. Side A. Anyway, so Rez is one of the very first bands I got into back in 85. And they're one of my favorite bands. I mean, I just love the Glenn Cosner, Stu Heiss connection with the guitars. Awesome, awesome stuff. I mean, I think Stu Heiss is one of the most underrated guitar players in the world. Very good guitar player. I also was going to show a video of underrated guitar players, but I figure I tied into this video. I think the guitar players I'm mentioning are very underrated. They're phenomenal guitar players. I mean, Stu Heiss and Glenn Cosner, man, what excellent vibe they have going between the two of them with the blues, bass, hard rock, and metal. Awesome. So here we have Rez Between Heaven and Hell, 1985, one of my favorite Rez albums. Here you have, of course, Stryper with No More Hell to Pay. Great album. Autographed by the band members there. And here's a back of it there. I got the blue vinyl version. Very nice. Really awesome. Really glad I have this in my collection. So, as you may know, a lot of you are familiar with the band Stryper. They got about 14 studio albums, and most of them are great. The only one I can't really get into is Reborn, but all the rest are really good. And of course, Michael Sweet and Oz Fox, man, what a team! Awesome, awesome team. I mean, they're probably my favorite guitar duo in all of music. And of course, maybe just Christian music, but in music in general, they're my favorites. Stryper's my favorite band, so they gotta be my favorite guitar duo. But man, I remember watching or reading Metal Edge and all the guitar magazines back in the day, and you include live pics of the two guys playing guitar, and they have some classic pics back then. But man, to watch them in concert, like I've never seen them in concert before. I hope that becomes reality soon. But on video, like on the music videos or on live concerts, man, what a team! I was watching them on the Kiss Cruise on YouTube, and man, was it ever phenomenal and good. Two of them were tight, like locked in the pocket there. So great. So, Mighty Sweet Oz Fox, as you all know, from Stryper. And as you may know, they're a long running band. And like I said, I'm looking forward to what they have in the future. Okay, next up we have another great band, and they got two albums on vinyl. I got their other ones on CD. Here we have Holy Soldier, of course, with their self-titled album came in 1990. You have Michael Cutting and who's the other guy playing? Michael Cutting and Jamie Kramer on guitar on the first album. Awesome stuff. I mean, these guys are awesome too, man. The leads and the guitars, awesome, incredible stuff. My only biggest thing is that too bad I didn't have more albums with that team, or the team they have on the next album coming up, which they had Scott Soderson join the band when one of them left. But awesome, incredible album. Holy Soldier, great band. Of course, then we have the Holy Soldier 1-2 Last Train. I mean, they have Scott Soderson join me on guitar. Awesome, incredible stuff. Holy Soldier, Last Train came in 1992. The prior one came in 1990, self-titled one. Of course, then we have the awesome, fantastic guitar playing of Ken Tamplin and Chuck. Is it Chuck Wright? Oh my, I forgot the name. 1 second. I got to pull the credits up to see. Chuck Wright, Chuck King. No, Chuck Wright played bass on Quiet Riot. Yeah, Chuck King. There you have it. Chuck Wright is a guitar player on Quiet Riot, and with the Magdalene records with Atlantic Adora. So Chuck King is a guitar player. But man, what a team! Some great leads these guys do, and as well. So I get the violin backwards. 1 second now. There you have it. Yeah. So this is a Girder reissue that came out in a couple years ago with the Splatter vinyl. Great album. I mean, the two Shout albums are great. That one and It Won't Be Long. And also too, Ken Tamplin too will, I believe, in his solo career, will, I believe, may play some guitars, but he hires a couple of guitar players on his solo records as well. But I figure focus on the Shout albums. That one in your face, great albums. Has two guitar players, and if you see Shout live in the live footage, two of the guys are wailing the guitars together too. So great band. Like Holy Soldier, I wish these guys would put up more albums. And of course, how can we forget this band? Saint. And they've had several guitar changes through the years. I believe at one point they were down to one guitar player, but back in this period and currently now they have two guitar players. Saint, this is one of my favorite albums, Too Late for Living, came out in 1988. And here you have, at the time of this album, this is the Girder reissue I have. This is probably my top metal albums of all time, I think. Very hard to pick, but it's a great album. But here we have the guitar players here. Awesome shot, the band here. Awesome. So Saint, Too Late for Living came in 1988. So there you have it. The last band on the show, and like Stryper, this is a favorite band of many metal, thrash, speed metal fans. Here we have Deliverance, Weapons of Our Warfare. And even though it went through for several band member changes through the years, George Ochoa played lead guitar and Jimmy Brown played rhythm. On the first album, they had what's his name? It got from memory. But on the first album, they had Glenn Rogers. Yes, Glenn Rogers and Jimmy Brown on guitars. As you may know, Glenn Rogers is in other bands like Hair Racks and some other bands, which I forget right now. But Deliverance, for most of the career, have had two guitar players throughout their history, which I think is great and awesome. And but George Ochoa and Jimmy Brown play guitars on this album. If you've seen their videos and live footage back in early years and maybe in more recent ones, there's some great footage of two of them playing guitar and going back and forth on leads and rhythms. I believe Jimmy Brown played primarily rhythm, and the other guy would play the lead. But awesome, awesome stuff. Deliverance, Weapons of Warfare came in 1990, and a great album. Here's their on yellow vinyl with the retroactive label. There you have it. Anyway, folks, that's my video on the double axe attack. I hope you guys will show a video of your favorite bands that has two guitar players. I really want to get this thread going and put it out there. I want people to show their favorite guitar bands with two guitar players, either Christian or mainstream. I also want to make a point where you might be wondering why I'm showing a lot of videos this past week. It's because my wife and my daughters are currently in Florida, and I'm here at home looking after my two cats, and we've got a lot more free time. I'm here shooting as many videos as I can. You might see me around as much during the next week or two because it's Christmas, because we'll be ramping up when I get home, continue decorating for Christmas. We got some decorations put up now, but we're going to be continuing decorating for Christmas and wrapping gifts and finish up a Christmas shop in the week before Christmas and getting everything streamlined. So you might see me around as much for the next week or two, but I might show one more tomorrow and may show another one maybe this week at some point, or maybe the week after. I don't know yet. Depends on my time. Maybe, folks, I'll have a great day, great evening, or whenever you're watching this. And remember, we are metal. We are family. Have a great day. Bye now.